Shane Hansen, welcome to space.
Space.
Endless space.
It's big.
It is. Although I'm not sure if it's actually endless.
Does anybody?
I don't think anyone actually knows anything about space.
But since we don't know anything about space, isn't it logical to conclude that there might be a civilization out there that knows?
I don't believe in space. But
space doesn't exist.
This is a video game, so
the
that's
world
fine.
is flat, Brendan.
Yeah. So this is a 4X game, which is a phrase I'm ashamed to admit I'd only really heard like about a week ago, or I guess a few weeks ago when I read about this game. But so basically for me, this is civilization in space.
Okay, so on that topic of, I also had this paradox where I had never heard 4X describing anything before until Endless Space was released, and then suddenly I seen it everywhere.
Yeah, it's that thing where you hear a new phrase or word or something, and then you see it and hear it everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
You should read God's Debris.
Phenomenon.
So 4X means exploit, explore, expand, exterminate. I don't know. That's probably it.
No, exacerbate.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the last one.
That's the last one. Exacerbate the issues.
Yeah. So this is a super super deep game. So we're gonna try and explain this. I'm gonna try and explain as much of it as I can. So I'm gonna set up a game here, and the first thing I'm gonna do is set this down to easy.
Okay.
Because.
Wait, is there one below that?
Yeah, there's a newbie, but I can do all right on easy.
Okay.
It's got some funny little tooltips here. Anyway, easy. Yeah, because I tried it on normal and I got destroyed just because you have to play a game like this a few times to get into the groove of things, I think, or at least I do. So here are the races.
Okay.
But you can also make your own. But so we got like the United Empire. Their diplomatic alignment is evil. They different victory types and gameplay types, and they like all the fiction, I guess, is delivered in text form, in the form like stuff like this and tooltips and stuff.
Okay.
And it's actually pretty interesting. So here's this spacefaring amoeba civilization.
That's fantastic. That's exactly what I want to meet in space.
Yeah.
Amoebas.
This race is Horatio. It's a rich, deranged trillionaire who left, who basically created a whole race of clones of himself.
Are you sure that's not Jack from Mass Effect? It looks like
who's
Jack.
Jack?
Jack is that like prison female girl that you meet.
No, this is a dude.
Oh, could have fooled me.
What is it? It says somewhere in here. Yeah, slaves who are every bit as gorgeous as the most beautiful person in the universe, Horatio.
That has to be a joke.
There's some. Oh yeah, like this game's actually pretty funny if you read some of the stuff. But I'm gonna play as the Pilgrims or Shepherd Book from Firefly.
Okay.
As I like to call him.
He looks like him.
Their alignment's good. Their gameplay type is exploration, diplomatic, and they got specific stuff over here like +20 approval, which is a pink thumbs up on system, and which will all make sense later. But right, you can also create your own faction. You can sort of give them an affinity based on the other factions, and then you can go in here and give them. I actually haven't dived into this, but I guess you could. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clicking on stuff. I'm gonna get out of here.
Can I make an entire race of extinct dinosaurs?
If it lets you write this bio stuff, I'm sure you could, and then just pick. Maybe you can import your own JPEGs or something.
I'm getting more and more down with this game, Brendan.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and it saves your author name here, so maybe these can be downloaded at some point. Like you can share your races with people.
Oh, okay.
Be neat, but that's just speculation. I'm gonna go Pilgrim.
Now this is a game you can get on Steam, right?
Yeah, $30.
So
on Steam.
Steam Workshop?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
$30? Okay.
Yeah. This is your galaxy type shape. I'm gonna go, I don't know. 2.
I could see why you're like, you kind of referred to Civilization when you described this game to me.
Yeah, because you can set the age of the galaxy, which would be like,
the age of
the galaxy will have more we'll have more younger, hotter stars. That's okay.
Is that really the?
Yeah, which isn't. I guess it could be. There's no reason that has to be funny, but it's kind of funny. Let's go with just one other faction, just so we can run into them quickly, and I can show you some combat. If not, I can jump out to another save and show some combat. But yeah, because these games are slow, which is how I like them. So let's just that sounds good. I'll just start the game. Each faction has its own loading screen, but this one's the coolest, I think.
Any voiceover?
Yes, right now, actually.
Okay.
But no, this is about it. This is.
Then you may understand how the pilgrims.
And it's kind of the comic book panel style.
It's just not comic book panel. Just like pictures.
Okay.
Moving to the left and right, I guess.
Wait.
It's not comic book style though. I wouldn't call it that.
Not quite.
Tattooed mystics.
Right.
It's more fluid.
That's cool
though.
That stuff's all right. So, all right.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you for a sec before we jump into this.
Haven't even started. What?
I'm going to ask you the difficult question. I've never played this game before, nor any other 4X game.
You've played Civilization.
I've played Civilization. How difficult was it for you to jump from a game like Civilization into this?
Very easy, and so which is why I'll be probably saying a lot of things. I'll be comparing a lot of things in this game to Civilization, which is the only way I can telegraph it to you.
Okay.
All right, so star systems are like cities, I guess.
Okay.
Well, in fact, maybe I shouldn't compare everything to Civilization. All right, so you got your main star system here. Inside, there's some planets. I'll go into depth, more detailed there after I sort of just show everything here. You got your menu up here. You got your notifications over here of stuff that's going on, and you got your end turn button right there, which is now you know what kind of a game it is. You can zoom out and see the galaxy. It's not very big.
So it's not endless.
Yes, you can see behind it space over there.
So it could be endless.
Yeah. I don't believe in space, like I said, but all right. So here we are. I can click on my star system and go in here to see all the planets in that system.
Okay.
You can see this one is colonized, and these are I can't colonize these ones yet, and this one's colonizable, so you can. All right, so you build improvements on your planets, so like more food and industry and dust, which is the economic system, and science, which I get. Maybe I'll back out and start there. All right, so there's 4 main resources, well, 5, I guess, in this game. Food, industry, science, and dust, which is, they call it the FIDS system for short. So dust is kind of like money, science is science, industry is industry, food is food, all like that. And then there's your overall approval, which is like, I guess, happiness.
Okay.
And you can raise and lower taxes to sort of quickly lower or increase your approval if you're in a pinch, I guess. This is sort of just an overview screen where I can see all my star systems, which is only one right now.
Right.
This screen's actually very useful because you can see everything your star system is doing, everything it's producing, what heroes are assigned to that. We'll get to that later. All the ships that are in that hangar.
So does that menu link to all of the other subsequent mechanisms? Like, if you were to click on your system, it would take you to the main system page that you were at before with the worlds. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is just start playing, and then I'll just explain stuff as I go, because trying to explain everything all at once is just going to be insane. All right, so I have 2 fleets here, which I got by clicking on this little fleet icon here. This ship isn't actually to scale; it's just an icon.
Okay.
Right. So I have a missionary ship here, which is my default sort of colonization ship, which I use to colonize other systems.
Okay.
So I'm going to select it just by clicking on it and set it to. These blue suns are the most easily colonizable suns, and these red suns and this kind sort of get a little more difficult. So I probably want to send them to the closest one over here, let's say, to an So he'll sort of move over there.
Blue Suns is the name of my band.
Yeah, it's playing at I don't know the name of any. And then this other fleet here is a Truth Seeker, which is, I guess, like my scout. So I just kind of want to send him out to look at stuff. So I'm going to send him. I'm kind of in the middle here, so I'm going to send him left to this white sun over there. He can move a little farther, and you can see their movement, how far they can move here and stuff. And so the kinds of ships you can actually design, if I click on my military thing here and go into ship designs, you can see the Truth Seeker and the Missionary here, and there's this other one called the Paladin. But if I want to make my own, and I can, this is completely free to make. I can call it
the Enterprise.
Right. Enter all caps.
Can you actually build the Enterprise?
Prize with a Z or a Z? S, I think. Z or a Z. Great. Right, and you unlock different ship types that you can base your ship design on. So right now we have the transport and the corvette.
Okay.
And so I can add weapon modules, defense modules, support modules, all which are unlockable like everything else in the game through the research screen here.
Whoa.
This is like the science thing in Civ. So, okay.
Oh, holy crap.
So you got your 4 branches here. So you got science, galactic warfare, diplomacy and trading, and exploration and expansion. So you can zoom in here. This screen has a search function. So I can type in like shields if I spell it right. And then there's 4 matches, locate, and it'll take me to all the things that have to do with shields.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
The Pilgrims are a diplomatic and exploratory race, so I'm going to want to focus on these 2
like
branches.
The Federation.
Yes, we're on well, you could say they're on a continuing mission to explore new worlds, seek out new life, and but
sorry, this is not going to be good. I've been watching way too much Star Trek.
Me too, but God Bacula. But like you don't want to just completely cut out your military or your science ones, right? Because that'd be crazy.
Well, you wouldn't want to be defenseless.
Yeah. So like if I research, say, arid epigenetics. God.
Epigenetics.
So you just select the one you want to research here, and it will grant you these things here. So it'll grant me colonize arid. But if I was to research this one, it would grant me colonize lava and the cruiser ship class, which we mentioned before. And you can queue up ones. So like if I just want to go straight for this one, let's say, I can click on it and it'll like sort of pick out a path. Or if I want, I can go this way. I have to hold shift to queue manually,
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how you colonize a lava planet, Brendan. I'm having some trouble.
Right, just throw down a bunch of ice cubes.
You'd have to terraform it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Survive.
You can totally terraform planets in here.
Okay.
This isn't like.
I'm just like, well, what are you gonna make? Lava people to live on lava planets?
No, man. We'll work it out.
I'm assuming you have the technology. You've seen those trees.
Yeah. All right. So now, each system, like city in Civ, can produce things.
Okay.
Things like improvements for that system, improvements for the planets, or ships. So right now, what's most important is you always want to make sure you're exploiting each planet to your benefit. And right now, my only colonized planet, there's this thing flashing here that says no exploitation. So I'm going to click on it and go into here. And you can see a whole bunch of stuff about the planet. It's a jungle type, which has this effect. Size medium, which has all this effect on population. It's got this kind of resource, which I will have to research certain technologies in order to exploit that resource. And some planets will have anomalies, which can either be good or bad things.
Okay.
So, for example, actually, I don't think anything in this system has anomalies, so I'll just show that later. But generally, what I do is I go with this evolved soils thing, which gets more food for the planet, which in turn leads to more population, which in turn leads to more of everything else, because like I'm pretty sure that, like your population affects how much industry and other stuff the planet can output. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or it could just be right. Yeah. Okay. So let's say I used this exploitation, so it gives me +1 food on the planet, and then you can see how much population is on each planet by these symbols here.
Okay.
So let's say I got that full and it had 6 population. Then if I switched my exploit, which you can switch at any time, over to this one, then I would get +1 industry per population on.
Oh, okay. So you focus on population growth, and then you
Yeah.
basically exploit like industrial.
That's. I mean, there could be people who are way better at this game, being like, well, you could also just go full industry, and since that's my highest one here, but I don't know if that's a good idea. So I generally go food first. And anything you do in a system, so not just a planet, but a whole system, goes into this united queue here.
Okay.
So if I was to build a ship, it goes in the same queue. Right. So this planet is colonizable, and I can do that just by clicking on this button.
Okay.
And it will take 1 population and 70 industry or something like that, and 5 turns. So I think that like moves some population around or something. I'm not too sure how this really. Yeah, maybe it just takes 1 of the population out of here and moves it over to this planet. I'm not sure, but I can click on that, and that's how you colonize those other planets within the same system. You don't need to send a ship every time to like a different planet.
Is that what the blue dots represent? I noticed there's like a blue haze over each planet.
Oh, that's just sort of floating around when I hover over them.
Oh, okay.
And I can change the name of this system to I don't know. I can't think of anything clever.
No way.
This Zod. There. Zod 1, Zod 2, Zod 3.
General Zod.
You know what? Why don't we just...
I was right.
It's just Rigel. Yes.
I'm like thinking, like, I just watched that.
Yeah.
The trailer for Man of Steel. I'm like, pretty sure.
All right, so that's sort of what I would do. So that's this system sort of doing everything it can do for me this turn. I could, of course, queue up a whole bunch of crap, but I like to sort of keep it... I was queuing up way too much stuff, and then I just sort of let bad things happen because things change. Circumstances change.
Pretty quickly?
Yeah. Well, in war, in life, change,
Okay.
you know? There's a hangar here, so I can see all the ships that have already been built, but there's nothing in there right now. But there was those 2 fleets in here, but I sent them out. So then I went back out here, and you can sort of see blue planets are planets that are colonized. White ones are ones you can colonize, and red ones are ones you cannot colonize yet because you haven't researched the appropriate thing.
Okay.
This little box shows what it's building right now. So this is really awesome. This is notifications. I wish Civ 5 had this. So every time something of interest... Well, I guess it does have this. Yeah. They're just not as useful as these ones, I guess.
Okay.
Or maybe they are. Maybe I don't use Civ 5 notifications very much. But anyway, so here's your notifications. So I got a new hero that can be recruited, which always happens at the start of the game. But I can't afford any right now because I only have 10 dust, which you can see up here.
Okay.
But if I click on this, I can see the heroes that are for hire. And you would assign a hero to a star system or a fleet, depending on that hero's skills. So this one you can see is if I inspect it, it's a commander, so it's experienced in leading fleets into battle. It's got like some labor, which is good for production and stuff, offense, defense. And you can see all their effects over here. Read a little bit of stuff on them. So that's kind of cool.
That's neat.
Those are actually really useful. I was sort of ignoring them at first, but they're really good to take advantage of.
They seem a little bit more fleshed out than like great generals and great scientists and stuff in Civ 5.
Yeah. This button here is diplomacy. There's only one other Civ in this game.
Okay.
Which is how I set it up. I'm not sure why I did that. So this window won't really be of any use right now, but you can click on them and see how they feel about you and stuff, but nothing really to show there right now. The hangar we already went through.
Future communication. Holograms.
Yeah. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
We already know this is going to happen. Come on.
but here, last time I went over here, but over here you can see all your active fleets. You can see their health, how many ships are in them, their fist power or military power. Went through this. That's what I'm gonna do there. And this sort of just shows everything. Like I said before, so I could see what this star system is producing. I can change it if I want here. So you can really almost play the whole game from here.
Okay.
And you can set your, if you get a whole bunch of systems and you don't want to micromanage, you can just say, well, focus on production or something.
Right.
And you can raise and lower taxes to get more money or less money and approval. But I usually just sort of leave it for a bit there at the start. All right. And then you press enter. And you do it all over again. You can press this button, which will sort of just, because I set these ships on a mission before to get to places.
Yep.
So I could just do my whole turn and then press end turn again and then they'll move. Or I could press this right now so I can deal with all that stuff now instead of next turn. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's handy.
So it's like boom. So then they're there. My missionary ship landed at, great, a star system with 0 colonizable planets. Great. So what about this one? How's this one? Can't colonize this either. Off to a great start. Awesome. I'm going to send it over here to this red supergiant. Oh man, that doesn't sound good. Send this guy over here. You never know, might get lucky.
Maybe. There could be a colonizable planet in that red sun.
So this is still going good. There's got 2 more turns left there. 7 on this. You can sort of see how many turns are going to take here. Yeah. And that turn.
Yeah, this now I'm starting to feel the Civ part.
Ursa? It's alright.
Colonizable.
Maybe I'll start sending my missionary ship there after here, but this guy's going to keep looking around. Oh, wait. Alright, so ships can only move at the start of the game between star systems on these star paths here.
Okay, yeah.
But eventually you unlock the ability to just sort of fly wherever you want, like through space.
Mm-hmm.
But this wispy line here is a wormhole, so I need to unlock certain technology to fly through wormholes.
Wormholes? Awesome.
Yeah, warp drive.
Is there a place called DS9 at the entrance to that wormhole, Brendan?
Is that Stargate?
No, it's Star Trek DS9.
Oh, Deep Space Nine. I see. I got you.
Deep
I have
Space
to.
Nine. Come on.
I have to unlock that. I can't remember where it is though. There it is. This is it.
Wormholeness. Wormholey.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I'll send this guy over here then for now. Can I afford? No, I can't afford a hero yet. Rigel.
Rigel 7.
All right, so
What's
here.
That from? That's from something. Anyway, okay.
That's from Star Trek as well.
Okay.
So
all these
you see here, there was a construction completed, and you can see the system Rigel completed this,
okay,
and is starting on this, which I told it to do. So that
sounds good.
Now, if I go in here, you can see I have evolved soils instead of a blinking no exploitation thing, and I'm getting +1 food per person on Terran and planet.
Okay, when you switch, like if you were to switch exploits right now, do you have to? It takes a certain amount of turns to start that exploit.
Yep, 3 turns.
And then if you were to jump back to the advanced soil, does it have to research again, or does it just jump to it?
No, I think you have to do it. I think it's sort of like them setting up a bunch of equipment and then taking it down, setting up a bunch of other stuff.
No, that makes sense.
So now I'm working on colonizing Rigel 3.
Okay.
All right, what's it, Scorpius? Nothing. This is... Maybe I had a weird setting on the planet. Wow, I can't colonize any of these. Although I'm about to finish researching colonize Arid, so I'm probably going to unlock a whole bunch of colonizable worlds after that.
Okay.
So I'll just keep exploring here. Send my missionary ship here. And that turn. Bing. Justium. All right, let's colonize Justium. Let's take a look here. You have to pick one planet to colonize first.
There's a lot. Actually, are all of these colonizable?
Except for this one.
Okay.
Let's see. I tend to go with industry. I guess because that's sort of what my race is leaning to. I think. I can't remember. Yeah, let's go Justium 5.
Okay.
So I click on my missionary ship fleet here, and I click colonize the star system the fleet is orbiting. Click that. Click Justium 5. Boom. Colonized. I'm going to rename it. Figel.
Figel?
Yeah, so Figel 5. we've set down here, and we want to exploit. I'm going to go food again. Let's back out here.
Figel.
Let's send this truth seeker north. I guess there's no such thing as north space, really.
It's true.
What did I get here? Great things have small beginnings. Haggard, unsure, but full of hope. The first colonists of your faction have set foot on another planet. It may seem trivial, but even the most epic adventures begin with a single step.
Like Lance Armstrong.
What? That's the biker. You're thinking of Neil Armstrong.
Right. I get my Armstrongs mixed up.
He bikes. And
he bikes to the moon, Brendan.
Yeah.
On his,
I think that's
his
I think
space
that's
bike.
I can afford a hero now, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I want an administrator, though, and all these guys seem to be fleet pilots. Well, this guy's an administrator. Who's the best at administrating? You've got lots of labor.
What does administration do?
It's the one I would assign to a system.
Oh,
so I want someone with lots of labor and wit, because labor gets me food and industry, and wit gets me science and dust.
Okay.
Gotta get the dust. But I think, yeah, let's see. All these guys have pretty crappy. I can always reassign them to a fleet if I want. I'm just gonna go with this guy's a Horatio.
Horatio hero.
Might as well just, for the sake of the we play, I'll just hire this guy here.
Okay.
So now he's in my active heroes. I'm going to assign him to a system. I'm going to assign him to Rigel. Figel there.
Figel. Rigel and Figel.
Here, he's up here. He's doing a bunch of stuff. I can't remember to see what he's. Yeah, so I'm getting plus 10 food, plus 10% food and production and military defenses.
Okay.
That's good. That's going good. What's this? Oh, he leveled up. So I click on here and I can go +3 labor, +3 wit, offense, defense. I'm going to go labor. And then I get one more point. +3 more labor, or I can go plus 25% production. I like that a lot. Let's do that. Good. So now Rigel will build things a lot faster. Yeah, I think this might have already been at one turn, but I can't remember. Once that's done, I'm going to start building some ships. I'm going to end this turn.
Okay.
Oh, we're done researching arid epigenetics. So now
you colonize.
Yeah, I can colonize 2 of these planets in here, 2 in here, 1 in Ursa.
Ursa sounds like a good place because it has the wormhole.
Yeah. So now I'm going to pick my next research. Colonize desert or efficient shielding. Was this give me destroyer class? That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, destroyer is a good class.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's we'll try and make this a short-ish game of endless space, which is to say, not short at all because they're never short. What do I have? Oh, I got no exploitation on Rigel 3, so let's go food again. Again, there could be better tactics out here than that. This is where it's what I'm at right now. That guy's checking out there, and then after that, I'm gonna build another missionary ship. What's Figel doing? Doing good stuff. All right. End the turn. I feel like I'm missing something. There's no way I could have explained everything already. All right, so that's already done colonizing. Or, yeah, so that went much faster. That exploitation only took 1 turn instead of like 3.
Right.
So that's good. Is he human? Ooh, we got some lava planets. Actually, I should look at the values. They're all kind of crappy planets.
Tell that to the people on them.
Tell that to the people of Figel.
All your planets are shitty. Nobody wants to colonize them.
The shittiest planets here. Send them over here. So this is sort of how these games go.
Yeah, no, this feels like a Civ type game.
This is how I want it.
It's 4X all the way.
All of 4 of the X's.
So you said you had a saved game with combat?
Yeah, I have a save game where I'm about to get my ass handed to me.
Can we jump into that?
Yeah, sure. Just let me.
Or is there anything else that you wanna?
Yeah, I want to sort of show like building. I want to unlock this ship class and then build a fleet with that ship, sort of thing. Here.
Okay.
Yeah, although you're gonna have to start reining me in because eventually I'll just.
Yeah, I have to control your one more turn in Edis.
Yeah.
I have a prescription.
And the only.
It's called load that last save.
I have a fever.
Die. You have a fever. You have the fever.
Prescription. It's more. And the space. All right, 2 completed constructions. I really like all the UI in this game is really great.
It looks pretty
like, okay,
stylish.
here's all the things that are done, and do you want to set what you want to build next? We'll just click here, and you can do it. Or if you want, I can do it all from here.
This
like
menu.
It's pretty
the
awesome.
main hub.
I'm gonna build a. Wait, what did I do? Right, I built a thing here. What else can I do in here? I got this is sort of just if you have nothing to do, turn 25% of your industry into science or dust. And this is a special one for the pilgrims. I can load up all my population and move it to another system.
Okay.
All right, so now Rigel has a missionary in the hangar. And we can click on the icon here to see it. I can create a fleet with that ship. And I can also name these fleets. So I'm going to call this one, quote,
Pegasus
missionary. Fleet. Oh, I can't use quotations. All right, I'll just send this guy to... Yeah, I'm going to want a defensible position at the opening of this wormhole, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to send it that way. And
I do know what you mean, and I already know what you need to call it.
That's... All right, we'll see. I'm going to build a bunch of paladin ships.
Paladins sound good.
Yeah, that's good. So, wow, there's a lot of systems. I must have had a setting to, like, really dense.
Although I heard the paladins are really holier than thou when you talk to them. I don't like that part.
Is that...
paladins. So
you...
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to colonize Figel 4 here.
I have to make small talk, Brandon. It's...
Dismiss. You are dismissed. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna run into the other civ anytime soon. I think I had pirates turned off, which are kind of like barbarians.
Okay.
So maybe I'll load up the other save here in a sec. Yeah, why don't I do that right now? I'll load that up.
Okay.
I'm
check
gonna...
out some combat. I'm excited to see what the combat looks like in this game.
I feel like I'm missing something. Well, whatever. I'll load this thing up. See, I named the turn not so good. I got befriended by the amoebas, and they're pretty much the only thing keeping me alive right now. So I'm the orange here, and all my territory is sort of being encroached on. Except I named it Rigel here too. Great. What am I doing here? I have to deal with the amoeba. So he wants to give me Hyperion. Oh yeah, so let's show some of that stuff now. So now I can go in here and see I've met all of these guys.
Right.
I'm pretty much every race is by default in a state of Cold War with all the others until you meet them.
Oh, okay.
Which is what this sort of symbolizes there, and you can and the dove is peace, and the skull is bad times, then this is an alliance. So me
who
and
are
the
you bad times with here?
the Cravers, I think they're called. No, the Sowers.
Oh.
They're robots or whatever. We're at war with them. Me and the Amoebas have an alliance, and we're at war. We're at war with them.
The amoebas.
So I can come in here and be like, hey man, we're at peace. What do you want to do? Do you want to open borders? Also, I can give you some relativistic markets. What do you want for that? Maybe I'll ask for advanced simulations offer. The price, yeah. Well, they're assholes. So yeah, so you can do trading and stuff like that and alliances. So I got this fleet of 7 Paladin 2s. So every time you go in here and select a ship design and go modify and add more weapon modules and defense modules and support modules to it,
yeah,
it basically changes it to the name of it and then a number. So it would change this one to Paladin 3.
Okay.
So basically how ships work is they all have, each ship type has a tonnage. So that's basically how many modules it can hold.
Right.
So you could make like defensive ships, support ships, weapon ships, or like just all around sort of what I'm doing here. Like I have some kinetic weapons, some defensive stuff. So basically I'm gonna upgrade this ship. I'm gonna get all this crap out of here, and I'm gonna go.
Do the ships have shields in this game?
Yes. Well, sort of. Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it like a bunch of kinetic weapons, a bunch of beam weapons, and then a bunch of missiles. I want way more missiles than that. So sort of missiles are long range, beams are mid range.
Okay.
Kinetics are up close. So which will make more sense once we start the battle. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna like all out warship.
Okay.
So the Paladin 3. So now I can select all these ships here in the beta fleet. I can see it in my.
You're testing them out. They're beta.
Right. Yeah. I can retrofit them, so that means I can upgrade them to the latest edition of the Paladin design for dust. And I have a lot of dust, which probably shows I wasn't utilizing my dust as much as I could. So I'm just going to upgrade them all to Paladin 3s. And then that upgraded their military power a lot. I think a lot. So I'm going to... Who am I at war with? I'm just going to go pick a fight. I'm at war with the Cravers, and they're purple. So I'm just going to send some ships this way. Yeah. Just go pick a really, really badly planned fight. So
let's do it. I like it.
Beta ship this way. White can. Oh! Have I not even researched wormholes yet? No, I have. What's going on here?
Oh, is this the end of your turn already, or?
Well, maybe. I'm definitely at war with them. Oh yeah, they're out of moves. Good call. So we'll end that turn.
And hope you don't get destroyed in this next turn.
Bashir completed building. What am I doing here? I got a whole bunch of stuff. So you unlock more. Oh right, I was gonna go into that. Each improvement has a colored triangle in the top right corner, which you can see here. So an orange one will mean production, a green one will mean food, yellow dust, blue science, and a green star is like just something that happens. So if I were to get this, it's immediately a +7 movement on your empire.
Oh, okay.
So you can see all those colors here, so you can sort of at a glance see and then hover over them for more. All the tooltips in this game are really useful. I want to make sure.
It seems that way. It seems like there's a lot of information condensed into these menus.
I think it's displayed pretty well.
I agree.
Am I at peace with the green guys? Maybe I should. Yes, I am. Damn it! All right, let's go on a hunt. Oh yeah, and if you travel through a wormhole, you travel through it instantly.
Oh, okay.
But you spend all your movement points. So if this is really long, you would just move the whole way. Where are our bad guys? I think the amoebas are doing so well that they don't have that many ships left. Let's see here. Let's end this turn. I gotta show combat.
Yeah, we have to see it.
It's so cool. The combat is it's not just like you see the ship and then you see numbers. All right, so I'm getting attacked here. This automatically comes up. I'm getting attacked by pirates, so I can choose auto, and it'll sort of just take your military power and their military power and do some math, and you'll lose a bunch of stuff. Or you can click manual, and you go into this manual fight mode, which is pretty cool. Now I'm gonna have to explain it pretty quickly because I do have to click on things fast. So I'm gonna start right now. There's three phases to the battle system, and I can't remember the names of them, but I'll see them in a second here. There's long range, medium range, and melee. So you can see this timer ticking away, and the long range one will start right when this blue thing hits there. So I have to quickly go in here and select. I'm going to say minus 25% damage from enemy. There's different kinds of cards. So like a sabotage card will counter offense, and a offense card will counter tactics.
Okay. So are all of these do those change with the ship?
Yes. So like, if I had, I think so. You unlock these sort of like you unlock everything else in the game through that science research menu.
Okay.
So I can't remember your question. So basically,
destroyed them.
only one.
Oh.
And then before the battle ended, there I got my healing card, which went pretty well. That went pretty well.
My question was whether or not those are consistent. So, and you answered it by saying that you can research them. So
yeah,
changes based on ship as well as what you've researched so far.
Yeah, and your heroes. So I actually had one in there where I could spend 20 dust and launch a bunch of like really powerful missiles.
Okay.
So I'm gonna head down to Polaris here.
It looks like the amoebas beat you to it.
Yeah, they're already there, but I'm gonna attack. Oh yeah, and if you see a ship with these arrows pointing out of it, you hover over it and you'll see there's actually 2 fleets there.
Oh, they're stacked.
Hover over each fleet and see what they got. So I can take these guys.
Okay.
See,
sounds good.
I had all this unspent dust, and I probably could have been doing way better if I'd been utilizing it.
And now you know.
So this is sort of a summary of the battle, and it went very well for me, let's say.
Yeah, seems that way.
So I'll end that turn, and they'll probably attack me. You get certain bonuses depending on if you're attacking or defending.
Okay.
So
do you attack planets?
Yes, that's called invading, and it sort of just sits you at a planet, and you get this counter just counting down. I think the amoebas are capturing some of their planets.
So it's like a bombardment thing where you're just kind of waiting them out.
Yeah.
And eventually you take the planet.
Yeah, it's not like Civ where you can click on your star system and have it attack. It's just sort of the more their defense, like you have to have over a certain amount. Okay, so Polaris has a what? I didn't mean to go into it. I have to click on my own. Nakos has a defense from invasion value of 224. So a fleet has to have at least that to even start invading it.
Oh, okay.
I think the higher it is, the faster it'll be able to invade. So you want a lot of fleets when you're invading a system to capture it, basically. So I'm gonna
I think I get
click
that.
on my fleet here, and wait, what? Why can't I attack anything? There are no enemy fleets in this star system. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure those aren't the amoebas?
Yeah, it says enemy fleets. Maybe I just used. Are we at peace? Could swear this button was lit up a second ago. Oh yeah, and now I can have 9 ships in a fleet. What am I researching? Oh god, I don't remember what I was doing. Oh right, let's go interspecies HR. Wait, interspecies human relations? That only makes sense if you're playing a human. Well, whatever. And you can just right-click on those notifications to dismiss them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go next turn. I don't know what's going on there. I probably did something.
You may have been out of moves again.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's actually only movement. But now, with my fleet selected, this button is highlighted. Attack enemy. All right. Well, they're gonna attack me. Actually, it's pirates again. So I'm gonna click manual. Hopefully, I can fight the sowers. So usually what I like to do is go sort of defensive. So I always start with minus 25% damage from enemy, but it doesn't always pay off because they can counter sabotage with engineering.
Okay.
So and I usually heal the second round so I can sort of get ready for the last round if I make it there and go for plus 40% kinetic damage. And yeah, but so just watching the battles is basically Battlestar Galactica because the camera will like zoom in and the music is kind of Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
And at any moment I can click this free camera thing and just sort of start moving around with the arrow buttons and looking around with the mouse. I can do a Battlestar Galactica zoom in where it's like, and they try and, there it is. Zoom in on those explosions.
I think you won.
So say we all.
Victory at Vinnie.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. They take the name of the system the battle's taking place in. It's like, do you remember the battle at Vinnie? I remember the battle.
That was a vicious battle. We lost 2 men that day.
We didn't lose anything.
Because they tripped and fell out of the airlock as it opened. It was a messy situation.
Running away.
What? They're running.
I'm gonna go up to Lyra here. Because I still have move stuff. So I'm gonna go here and click attack enemy fleets in the star system. And it just sort of automatically picks which fleet if there's more than one. I still haven't figured out how it decides that. It seems to always go, like if I want to attack the most powerful, it'll attack the least powerful. I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't figured that out yet.
Maybe it's calculating your strength and defense based on whoever someone else
Yeah.
is just trying to match you accordingly.
It seems like it's always trying to make me take out the weakest one first, which is, I don't know. I guess it's a smart strategy, but it's not what I would always do. I'm gonna go.
Sometimes you have to take the bully out in the schoolyard, Brendan.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Actually, I'm gonna go crazy if I can get there before it starts. I'm gonna go adaptive first, and then. Oh, see, yeah. So he countered my engineering with tactics, so now that's probably not gonna go good for me. I'm probably gonna get hit with a bunch of those missiles.
Oh.
Although weapon overlock is minus 20%. Wait, yeah. So he's gonna actually get hit with a lot of my missiles. All right, so he was way less powerful than my fleet.
Your fleet is just raking over all these little pirates.
Yeah, I went all warship and it worked out pretty good for me.
Yeah.
And my hero, which is, wait, where are you? You're in a fleet? Where are you? Oh well, let's level you up here. Minus 20% for all enemy defense mods. Sounds good.
That sounds good.
Where is Fleet Gamma? It's the wrong screen. Gamma. You're in Vinnie? Where's Vinnie?
That's where you are. Or you
Oh
were.
wow! I have this really powerful fleet down here with a hero in it that I could retrofit. Why? Yeah, I should send these guys in the battle.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna
Multiple battles.
I'm gonna send them across space.
Yeah. Space.
Regular space. So they're gonna start flying that way when the turn loads. Here. Start moving. Wah. You can't ever move as fast, but if your ships have very high speed, then that'll be fine. Let's see, what can I do here? What else can I show? Do you have any questions? Is there anything
I have to. I'm still taking in all the information.
Yeah.
So I don't have any questions yet because I'm kind of like.
There
Seems
is
like a lot of information to take in at once.
There is a tutorial. If you start your first game, it'll sort of just, before you do anything, it'll bring up a window sort of explaining what that menu means, and you can always turn that back on here.
Okay.
It's a bit verbose, so it's a lot of reading, but I found it really helpful. But the thing I found most helpful is me and a couple friends had a LAN party, and we just played it for like 5 hours. So that's sort of where I got most of my information. But just play it, go through that tutorial.
It seems like it's a game you just play and then you'll learn as you go type thing. And
like with Civ too, it took me a while to figure out all the nuances.
No,
and
that's
I probably
true.
haven't figured out all the nuances yet. These games are really deep. And apparently this one isn't even as deep as its predecessor. It's like Master of Orion or something like that.
Okay, yep.
I can't remember the exact name, but apparently there's a lot of people saying like, oh, it's not as good as that one, but whatever.
Yeah,
it's really
that's what everybody said about Civ 5. Oh, it's not as good as Civ. It's friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this looks pretty good too. So I may have to just bite the bullet and get this.
Yeah, you should, so we can play. Let's raise taxes.
Everybody hates you.
Yep.
But you're making lots of money.
They're on strike.
They're on strike.
Yeah, but I also have like minus 16 food production. There, no taxes, 100% or plus 100 approval rating, and my production is through the frickin' roof. I don't actually need a lot of money.
You got lots of dust.
Let's not go in the hole, though. Yeah, just outside the hole. And then, look at all that food. Oh, man. All right, Shane, goodbye. I'm going to play in space.
You're going to actually probably end up winning this whole game.
And I've just somehow spent 3,300 dust.
That's a lot?
So that's a lot for me. It's the most I've seen.
Right. I'm going to let you do this. I appreciate the crash course in endless space.
It's pretty cool. Oh, also, there's online multiplayer. Oh, so here's like a summary. I'm obviously not doing too good. We'll just skip past that. Yeah, so you can make an online game, play with friends, save it, start it again later.
So you can include AI in the multiplayer games?
Yeah. So if I just new game here, can't remember how to make an online game. Maybe I just invite people to it. Yeah. There's all your screen names on the internet. Yeah. Oh, right. So private multiplayer, public multiplayer.
It's not me. I'm not on there.
There's a chat here. Oh, what?
Connecting to server. Please wait. Be patient.
Wait, are you online right now?
Yes. I am.
Invited you to the game. Great. So I'll see you in the game in a bit, Shane. Thanks for...
Well, I have to first get it and then download it. But okay.
Thanks for joining me in the endless void of space.
Thanks, Brennan.
Or so they would have you believe.
Yeah. It could be endless. It's probably endless.
It's not real.
Space doesn't exist.
It's not real.